Greetings, I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech, and we've got a lot of work to do today, so let's get right into it. I just went mining, got myself some gold, because as soon as I started telling my system to make thrusters, it ate up all my gold. Because thrusters need gold, and a lot of them, and I didn't have very many of them. So I went out mining. I got some more iron because there's always more need for iron. We were also out of silicon and gold as well. And I realized gold's a pain to get. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to switch out my upgrade modules from productivity modules, which speed things up, to effectiveness modules, which get more per ore you bring in. So we're now getting double the default. Oh, jeez, I hate these things. Keen, you've got to fix this problem. The hitbox on refineries is messed up. Let's hope it doesn't throw me. Every once in a while, it'll finish up and it'll grab the welder and throw the thing out. I'm a little nervous. Come on. Oh, it's doing both of them at the same time. That's good. Oh, okay. Threw me a little bit, but not that much. All right, anyway. All right, and those guys already grabbed some stuff. So, yeah. Then, of course, without the speed upgrades, it was processing very slowly, and I thought, you know what? 2 more refineries would not hurt. So, also, while I was at it, I threw a connector inside our new docking bay and a couple of lights, made it a little more homey. And, we can actually completely turn around in this dock. I'm happy about that. So let's see. In theory, we're... Oh, okay. There we were. That's good. My docking timer is working well. Yeah. Cool. Just leave that there to charge, and let's go take a look. We also need to set up these refineries as... I can't even get into those, can I? No. I can get into them over here. I'll go stand on top of them. That's what I'll do. I need to set them up to be managed by Tim, because right now they're just churning whatever they can get, including stone. Whatever. That's why we have Tim do our work for us. Refinery 5. Oh, here, let's just do this. Use the exact same setup. There we go. So I could set up one with just effectiveness. See, these are all effectiveness. So I could set up one that was just nothing but effectiveness and tell it to only process gold. And then Tim would only put gold in that one. And then we'd get the speed from the other ones, and we'd get the effectiveness for gold. And I didn't feel like it. So now, if we can look at our screens here, we've got 2 processing gold, 2 processing iron, and 2 processing silicon. And you notice all the gold is disappearing as soon as it gets pulled in. We have less than 1 kilo of gold at any point in time, and that's because we're still making thrusters. Tim says we need 8,000 thrusters, and we have 4,230 or whatever it is. That's probably fairly accurate because we're going to be putting ion thrusters all over this thing. Our new ship. So, yeah. And when I went mining, I only picked up about 50k gold. And it's hard to get gold. Let's see. So we've got 21k left. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to go get more gold again after those are done. I'm sure of it. Oh, well. Let's keep working on the base. Or on the mobile base thingy. The MBT. So I've done a few other little things, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. Let me just use the facilities really quickly there. All right. So let's see. What else did I do since we were last looking at this? Not a lot. I did. Oh yeah, I redid the front. I kind of like this. It's kind of interesting. It's got 3 different layers. Kind of. I don't know. And it has more of a mirrored feel, top and bottom. Not exactly, but it's interesting. Doesn't hurt. Yeah. Anyway, I also did some piping, so we are almost full on this tank here. We're at 98.17. And this guy over here, oh, he was full. Now it's 98 point. Interesting. I wonder if when I docked the miner, if it actually pulled some out of the air. Because it's all, I mean, as soon as I dock the miner, this tank and this tank over here are part of that whole system. So they might have it might have started pulling from these because they were full and the miner wasn't. And a few seconds can pull out several %. Anyway, so yeah, they're all piped up. So this is unfortunately the way I had to do it. There's just no way, because of the way the landing gear work underneath. I'm gonna come take a look. I still have to redo a little bit of this. So the landing gear will pass a pipe, but they won't pass a full block. And these conveyors are full blocks. So if I want to go up, I can't have any conveyors in the way of these blast armor blocks, or they'll rub up against it and cause damage, and it's going to end up being a problem. So I kind of had to do these corner pipes in, conveyors across, corner pipe back in over there. It was either that or the way I did it on this side, which is a pipe across and then across back there and then over and then up and blah, blah, blah. And I don't like that either. So I think I'm going to do it the way I did it on this side. It's just, I don't know. So I'm going to take this system and repeat it on that side there. Also, someone in the comments, once again, I don't remember who, mentioned that when you connect up grids, it can do strange things to your groups. And I found that to be true. This piston randomly disappeared from my upper piston group. So I did a quick test. I was showing somebody, I can't remember who, I was saying, hey, look at how great this thing works. And I hit the button and that one didn't start extending and I had to pull it back really fast. And so I ended up putting in these buttons here to do it so I don't have to go digging through the menu every time I want to do something with this. So each one of these is a piston group. And I fixed the problem, so it's together, but I'm going to have to be really careful with that. I also need to make some sort of safety system. I'm not going to do that today, but eventually some sort of safety system to make sure that those guys are not locked in, like that the landing gear are in this lower position and not locked in before any of those piston groups will extend. Because one time I was goofing around with it and that was a problem. Luckily, I don't press those buttons before I hit save, because things can go horribly wrong, and when those go wrong, it's hours worth of work, and I'm not redoing hours worth of work. This is a game. It's supposed to be fun. Yeah. All right. So I got some more work to do. Mostly mirroring. And then the other thing that I want to do, these are now actually complete. Those thrusters there. So if I throw in a gyro, I should, in theory, be able to lift this thing off and move it Bum, bum, bum. I'm thinking I'm going to move it backward. I'm going to move it this direction. Because, A, I don't have any thrusters pointing to the right, so I can't actually go to the left. And there's this bump here that's in the way. And if I don't move far enough to the left, I'll end up putting a landing gear in that hole. It's fraught with danger. So I'm going to move it this direction toward me right now. And then, yeah, let's try that out. Okay, so first I need a gyro, and I haven't decided where I want my gyros. However, I just remembered, I don't want to put them out there. Gyros apparently work best in as close to center of mass as possible. I don't want them on this movable structure. I also want to make sure that they're not within... Let's see. Now, I know I can't put them there now because, as far as it's concerned, you can't put anything within this block unless this is not in the way. So I think what I'll do... Well, hang on. I don't have any steel on me either. There have been several small blocks that I have not been able to place. Okay. In that space until I extend the pistons. So let's just see. Yeah. So I can put it there, but I can't put it there. But if I lower the top or the outer pistons, save. Moving smoothly. That's good. I should be able to place this here as soon as it passes. And there we go. And there. And I'm probably going to want to just go all the way along with these guys. And yeah, they're kind of, they're rotating. I hate the way they do that. Meh. Oh well. I'll do that and it'll kind of look mirrored. I might change that later. We'll see. I'm not going to be looking up there very often anyway. Okay, so, no, not that one. That one. Go ahead and go back up again. And it shouldn't, I mean, it doesn't look like it would be causing any problems. I had to, I guess I never showed this on camera, but I had to actually cut out a piece here so that it wouldn't destroy itself on these tanks. But luckily I've got lots of extra space in that. I probably could take out most of those blocks, but I kind of like the look. Okay, well, let's see. No problems. It's moving nice and slowly. Not shaking. Beautiful. All right. Oh, I need to actually finish those up. Let me come back in a second when I've got these done. Steel plates, computers, motors. Oh my goodness, so many things. Well, did you know that gyroscopes take all the things? And many, many of them? I basically had to make a trip for each type of component and several trips for a couple of them. That was crazy. But we now have, what is that, 7? And they are so not centered? Good grief. Okay, it doesn't matter. I just needed some. And then we're going to see if it's even possible to move this thing. Oh, well, it's definitely not going to be possible right now, but we're going to do a, we're just going to do a, oh. Well, that's a problem. Yeah. How do I go to third person mode? I'm just doing a thruster test. I'm going to do a thruster test with spectator mode. There we go. I just need to make sure that these things all fire. That's all I need to do. Okay. I guess I could have done that this way. I believe I turned all these off. No, I did not turn them off. Okay. That's not what I wanted. I want this. Go back into here. Thrusters. Thrust override? Oh, you know what? I know what the problem is. Oh boy. That's not a good idea. Okay, hang on. This is why we do tests. Okay, so currently we are anchored to the ground. Right there. And as far as the game is concerned, that means that that this is a station, not a ship. So we need to release that. If I release that right now, that is probably going to tear that to bits because of the weight. I want to see. This is like I'm expecting to reload at this point. Okay. Wow. Okay. That did not tear it to bits because the engine's fired. Uh-huh. Okay, well, there's our thruster test. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, let's try something fun then. Yeah. Let's go down in here. Pop into here. Oh, hey, look at that. I guess when it thinks it's a ship, it actually doesn't mind going into third-person mode. Well, that's good news. All right, so I'm going to find that connector. What is that? Connector to MBT is the one on the other side. That'll work. Okay, so we're going to unlock that, and this is going to do horrible things. Okay. It dropped down onto its feet. It is able to lift off. That's good news. The one... Oh, no, I guess that's okay. I don't want to tear that that piston off. I might not have to reload this one as is. It's not keeping its altitude. It's tending to drift downward. But it's okay. It's doing okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Connectors disabled. Connectors enabled. Oh, yeah, that's why I don't normally use P. Landing gear lock. Well, look at that. Okay. Inertial dampeners off. Let's actually turn the thrusters off. Now, are we clear enough to be able to build that in a cell? Yes, we are, I think. Let me make sure that I'm not crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of room. Now, we're going to have to figure out a way to connect up again, but I think we can connect up from that pipe over there. That should be fine. Might even move this forward again. All right, so that's good for that. We have moved. We've got room to work. That was important for me because I'm going to be doing a bunch of copying work between this episode and next. I'm going to recreate that in a cell on the other side, and I'm going to recreate that wall on this side, and yeah. But we got a bunch of stone to get rid of. I think this thing is pretty much full. Come on. It's getting really close to full. So we got to figure out how to get rid of this. Now, there are a lot of ways to get rid of stone. You know, I could put a connector on this, or even just use that connector and say, collect all the stone and throw it out. And it would basically come down here and roll into that pit. And then after there were about, I don't know, 30 or 50 of them, they would start despawning. And eventually this cargo container would be empty and it'd be no big deal. That's really boring. I want to do something more fun. So I have a few different ideas of what we can do, but the one I decided to do for this one is send this thing to the middle of the earth. I got the idea when my drilling structure fell off and started drilling down into the ground and kind of ended up gone. I mean, I reloaded that one, but speaking of which, let me save really quick. I reloaded that one, but it was kind of fun standing there watching those drills disappear down. So I thought, you know what? That's one way to get rid of this. That'd work. Let's do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to really quickly get a bigger space down here. I've also thought of other things like putting a whole bunch of thrusters on it and shooting it off into the sun, putting wheels on it and see if it would drive all the way around the moon and come back to us. But especially because of just the pure weight of this, I think the number of thrusters I would need to get it off the planet is a little ridiculous. And kind of the same issue with wheels, and it was kind of buried into the ground. I'm not sure if I can even get it out of this pit. So maybe next time we'll do wheels if it's before we leave the planet. Or maybe on some other planet we'll do that. But this time we're doing drills. So let's see. I should be able to put... Oh, well, I need parts. Wait a minute, I have parts. I do have parts. There's just not enough room down here. Okay. Let me do this real quick. So, with a power cell on this thing, I recently discovered that drills take a surprisingly small amount of power to run. So we've got all these drills here, and see, it's 2 kilowatts. And if I'm not mistaken, this battery, it's currently got 1 megawatt hour. Yeah, so these will run forever on this, if I'm doing my math correct. So all I need to do Aw. I don't know. I really wanted to see that happen. Should I should I reload that or not? Let's go see what the damage is. I guess when I broke that conduit, it must have fallen. And the drills are all still there. Where'd the rock go? Oh my gosh. That's a rock. Holy cow. That's literally going to block my miner from being able to fly out. Okay. That has got to be my screenshot. Ah, darn it. There you go. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, well, I'll get a screenshot later. I'm speechless. So I could reload and no. You know what? Failures are failures. That was a fail. That was a fail right there. I mean, I didn't even lose that much in the way of parts. The battery's over there. I'll lose the power cells. These guys never even fired up, but I've got those. I don't know where the gravel that was in there went. It might be down here somewhere. I mean, I know the other one is down there somewhere. But, yeah. That was pretty amazing. Oh, that's my tool. All right. Well, that was fun. I very much enjoyed that. So, yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. I'll break down those drills and put them elsewhere. That was funny. You got to admit that was funny. All right, let's call that a day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching me explode and release a rock the size of a large ship, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. And yeah, come back for the next episode and see what I've got in store for you there. I'll see you next time on Epic Tech. Good grief. Oh, wow. Look at the dent. The rock must have hit right there.